What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Nitro Gaming. Today on FC 25 Ultimate Team, we were thrown a bit of a curveball. We actually aren't getting Ultimate Dynasties coming on Friday. It's instead going to be Trailblazers. We're going to talk about that, and we're also going to talk about the in-form investments in Trossard, the investments that I just made in Neymar yesterday, and then Tomori, who we invested pretty heavily in last episode. We've got a lot of him on the transfer list, like 60 of them. So we've got a lot of coins wrapped up in Tomori, and I know a lot of you guys kind of followed lead on that Tomori investment, yet he hasn't really gone up. In fact, he's gone down a little bit, so I'm going to tell you guys what the plan is for him and all of the new leaked SBCs that we're getting in the next couple of days in today's episode. So if you're excited for it, don't forget to drop a like on the video, and let's hop into it. Not only are they already cheaper than the other platforms, but when you use my code NITRO, you're going to get another 8% off of that, and 5% more coins than what you bought. You can even buy specific players on their site now too. It has great reviews, big creators use it, and you get your coins within a few minutes. So if you need quick coins, Loot Bar is the place to go. Let's start today off by talking about some of the investments from the last episode. And most of the comments that I've gotten and the questions over on Twitter have been about Fikayo Tomori. This investment we made because he was out of packs. We had a Di Lorenzo SBC coming. And if we took a look at Frankie de Jong from the previous weeks when he was out of packs, did really well throughout the week. Tomori not looking the same way for us. And there's a couple reasons for that. Of course, we picked him up for, 28,000 coins, 28,000 coins. I'd be willing to spend a little bit more if they had an anchor or had a shadow card on them because they will sell for more with that chemistry style. But I spent up to about 30,000 coins on some of these cards. And if we take a look at his price now, it's not over 30K. So we missed the mark on this investment. Now, I saw a little bit of panic selling yesterday, and honestly, even right now, he's kind of low in price. He got down to about 26.8, rebounded back up to what we bought him for, so not a huge loss. We're just worried about tax at that point. So right now, he is kind of low because he has been settled at like 29K at times, but in reality, it wasn't a good investment because of the fact that I think that there was a bit of overinvestment in him. We had that card go out of packs, and a lot of people bought. Then we saw the Di Lorenzo SBC got leaked, and that didn't come out for like 4 days after the leak. It gave so much time for people to pick up more Serie A investments to the point where that rise that we saw while he was out of packs was a bit artificial. And then once we saw the Di Lorenzo SBC, which dropped, which was decent value, these cards still went down in price, like the Tomori card. Even though he's out of packs, there are so many Tomori sitting on people's transfer lists like mine, and it caused a bit of undercutting and panic selling, and he dropped in price. Now, is it the end of the world? Of course not. I mean, if I sold all 60 of my Tomori cards, I'd probably lose a little over 100,000 coins. It's not a low amount of coins to lose, but when we consider that we have 60 of them, it's not too bad in the grand scheme of things. But there is maybe a silver lining, and there's two ways you can go with this Tomori card. One, you can hold this card until like Tuesday night, because Tuesday is a pretty stable time on the market. We're not going to see a huge SBC drop tomorrow other than like a player SBC, but we're not going to get a casino SBC. We're not going to get rewards for division rivals or FUT champs or squad battles that are going to bring the market down whatsoever. And on Wednesday, we normally see a market crash. So we could see a little bit of a sell-off point on Tuesday night. If you just wanted to get out, get your coins back, maybe take a small loss, you could sell, Tuesday night for Tomori. Or you can hold until Thursday night, Friday morning, after division rival rewards are out, and hope that, okay, let's hope he doesn't drop a ton on Wednesday, and then we will see a little bit of a rise on Thursday and Friday morning after the division rival rewards come out. Now, that was the idea in the first place, but obviously things haven't gone well so far. So you've got two sell points there where you can get out pretty safe and sound. The only problem is I do worry about Wednesday throughout the day causing a drop on his card. So Wednesday's kind of the only day that I'm worried about his price. And the truth is we should have gone out and invested in that Tomori card on Wednesday and then just sold that card on Friday morning. We bought earlier in anticipation of him going up for Di Lorenzo, and it just didn't happen. So we're taking an L there, and I'm not one to shy away from admitting that we missed the buy point on that card. We should have just waited like we have in previous weeks. Now, we also bought Leandro Trossard for 13.5 or less. We got some for like 12K there, yeah. 13,750, 13.5. That one's doing well. He's up to nearly 16,000 coins right now. And if you also invested in Bastoni, the Bastoni card hasn't really moved. And that's a good thing because, of course, we see Bastoni here for 14,000 coins. We got him for 13.5 to 14K. He's fodder, so there was no risk in that. One card I did tell you to stay away from was Nicolo Barella, and that was at least true. We got something right about that. Now, don't get me wrong. If you went in on a couple of other out-of-pack investments that we mentioned, like DeMarco or even Kavica Kvaratskhelia, who I think ended up being one of the better investments as he's up to over 110,000 coins now, they've gone up in price. And just because we're losing a little bit of coins, if we sold right now on Fikayo Tomori, doesn't mean we should be shy on our next investments. And we've got some ideas here. Trailblazers is coming on Friday. Huge curveball. I thought Ultimate Dynasties was coming on Friday. That's not going to be for another 2.5 weeks. And Trailblazers is a promo about players who have started the season well. So players that maybe already have an inform, or players that have done really well and don't have an inform yet, maybe like Christian Pulisic, who's been very good in Serie A. And I know I sound like a biased American right now, but that's a card that I would expect to be in Trailblazers. It's a card that hasn't gotten a team of the week yet, an inform, or any promo cards yet. He didn't get the player of the month. That ended up going to Kvaratskhelia as well. So those are the kind of cards I really do expect to be in this promo. Now, is Christian Pulisic a perfect investment? Well, maybe not so much, right? He's 83 rated, 1,500 coins. It's not terrible, but he's already up, 300 coins? And I think that there's going to be a better opportunity to buy this card on Wednesday or during rival rewards, where you could probably get him for discard price, or 850, 900 coins, maybe 1,000 coins. It wouldn't be bad, because if he does get into this promo, then he does go out of packs, and he might actually go up over 2,000 coins. We've seen it for other cards that have gone out of packs in the past couple of weeks for very similar ratings or very similar reasons. Diogo Dalot is an example of that, where he's usable, right? And he's not a bad card at all, but he was about 1,000 coins, 1,200 coins. That's exact same that we're looking at Pulisic right now. When he went out of packs just for about 5 days, he went from 1,000 coins all the way up to, he peaked at 3.8K. That is a huge increase in price. And of course, the evolutions help him out quite a bit on his card. So that's a big reason why he went up in price. And so that's something you got to look into too, if you're going to be investing in Trailblazers low budget cards. But that's what we're expecting on Friday. Harry Kane obviously is a prediction right there. But we also have a leaked SBC in Ibanez. Now, a lot of people are saying that it's going to be an SBC. Donk says that it's going to be SBC or objective. And if they boost his pace enough, defense enough, physicality enough to where he's actually meta card, like a card that is usable in people's starting 11s right now, to where they want to go out and replace their untradeable, Konate evolution, something like that, where they want to go out and even replace their Marquinhos rush card. Maybe they want to go out and replace any center back. If this is a good value SBC, then we will see Neymar go up in price, because he's really the only good link to that card. Right now, Neymar is up to 48.5K though. So here's the deal. Guys, this Ibanez SBC might not come today. It might not come tomorrow. And if it doesn't, this Neymar Jr. is going to go back down in price a little bit, because Wednesday is a drop in price. But one silver lining to it is he's also out of packs right now. We've seen this card dropped about 4 days ago, so he's got a couple more days of being out of packs as a gold card. If we take a look over at my transfer list, right when we got this leak, I actually tweeted out right away. I said, I'm going to buy a few Neymars for the Ibanez SBC. I got in late. He went up already in coins. I got in for 45K. I think I got some for like 43, but most of them, I'd say the average price was about 45,000 coins. I even spent 48. That was too much. But we got some for about 45K on average for Neymar Jr. A couple more in my unassigned right now. And so here's the thing. Should we sell into the hype of 6 p.m. content? And I think that might be the way to go. Buying these cards after 6 p.m. content and then selling them the next day at 6 p.m. content, I think this card could easily rise over 50,000 coins, getting to, 4 p.m., 5 p.m. UK time. And then when content drops at 6 p.m., that Ibanez SBC might come out. And if that Ibanez SBC is great value, I see this Neymar going to the moon. But if it's bad value or it doesn't come out, this Neymar card will drop. It'll drop like the Barella card dropped. So we don't want to see that. We want to take our coins and run. And that's exactly what I'm probably going to do with Neymar Jr. We're getting to a point in the year where overinvestment is something we have to worry about. Hence Tomori. We'll learn from our mistakes. And so selling into the hype and guaranteeing your profit might be just the way to go. It does mean that sometimes you might sell and the card will go a little bit higher afterwards, but most of the time it'll mean you're selling, you're getting a great price, and then the over-investing causes a little bit of a panic sell and undercutting afterwards, and you end up losing some profit or even losing coins like we're seeing on Tomori, Barella, and Bastoni, and a lot of those Serie A investments for Di Lorenzo. So that's an idea there. Getting in early or getting in after panic. And that really leads us into the next thing we have to talk about today, which is Road to the Knockouts. I know that promo's been gone for a few weeks now, but it's coming back into the spotlight because today, Tuesday, we're going to see some Champions League matches. Like Dortmund versus Madrid is obviously a big one because it's a replay of the final last year, but also Brandt could get an upgrade if Dortmund pull off the upset. So if they end up beating Real Madrid in the Santiago Bernabeu, this card is going to go up to 88 rated. And so we're seeing potential upgrades finally after weeks and weeks and weeks of waiting on these upgrades. These Road to the Knockout cards could finally start getting upgrades. So you could buy and hope for the upgrade, but historically I think that is not the way to go. I think what we should be doing is waiting on some of these cards to play their matches like Brandt and then waiting to see which team loses. Or draws. If they draw or lose, these cards are going to get panic sold afterwards, and that's actually the time to buy. What you're going to do is you're going to buy after they lose their game, get in at the cheap prices, then sell before their next game. And that is where you're guaranteeing profit. You don't have to take any risks on if they actually win or not. And you're making a ton of coins. And we do this every single year with Road to the Knockouts. If you've been following my channel for a couple years, you take the risk out of it. You're going to wait for that game to finish between Real Madrid and Dortmund. Let's say Dortmund lose, God forbid, as a Dortmund fan. Hopefully we end up getting a result today. But if Dortmund lose, this Brandt card's going to drop in price. If Liverpool end up drawing or losing to like Leipzig, right? If they end up losing to Leipzig, which, I mean, it's not guaranteed they beat Leipzig away. They're a decent team right now, even though they're just an energy drink. They do pretty well in these competitions. This is not a guaranteed win for Liverpool. In fact, 52%, it looks like. So kind of a toss-up right there. If he ends up losing that game, I think he goes from, 3.15 million coins, which he's been rising and rising. I think he'll drop back under 3 million, maybe significantly under 3 million. Maybe we're looking at 2.8 mil after their game tomorrow. So that is something to consider definitely with these cards. Don't buy into the hype. Don't buy hoping that they end up winning this game. Like this Bellingham card, even if they end up winning against Dortmund, it's not guaranteed to go up a ton. He's not even going to get the upgrade yet. He still needs 2 more wins, right? So this Bellingham card, which is 1.95 million coins right now, and he's been rising while he's out of packs, it could drop today. And that's the time to actually get in on that investment. Now, let's say Real Madrid win, and this card goes up a little bit. We're just not going to buy that card. We're going to go buy Brandt. Let's say Brandt and Dortmund win. Maybe we go buy Bellingham. So that is true for pretty much any of these cards. And the closer they get to an upgrade, like the 3 wins or the score in 4 different matches, the more hype that is going to build into their next match. So if you're looking at a card that already has, 2 of 4 right here, this Frimpong, if Bayer Leverkusen lose or draw to Stade Brest, but they end up scoring a goal, this is going to be an incredible investment because people will panic sell because he's not getting the 3rd win. But then they go into their 4th game only needing a goal to get an upgrade. And if they win, he gets 2 upgrades. The hype will be insane for those cards. So it's really waiting on the drop afterwards that is going to guarantee us a really, really good profit on these cards. So UCL RTTKs are a great card to look at today. Team of the Week 5 investments can be sold off on Tuesday night. Trossard, you can sell for sell for a little bit above what his asking price is here on futbin. As you can see, it's 15,250. Start listing them for 16K or 15,750. See if you can get some extra coins out of that. Take your profits on them. Even if you went high budget, like we mentioned, profit. We'll take that profit. What we don't want to do is hold until Wednesday and see the market crash, because if we look at that index 100 and we look at the daily graph, we'll see a drop pretty much every Wednesday, and then they rise afterwards. So Tuesday, a decent decently high on the index, but drops on Wednesday. If we look at the last week, pretty high on Monday, Tuesday, drops on Wednesday. If we look at the week before, pretty high on Monday, Tuesday, drops on Wednesday. Overall, the market goes down on Wednesday and then recovers on Thursday especially. So that's going to be the time to buy, but we don't really want to hold our cards into that, even if they are going out of packs like the Team of the Week 5. What we've seen in previous weeks is they actually drop a little bit after they go out of packs. Maybe we can find an example right here on some of these cards. Let's take a look at Bukayo Saka. Let's see what he did on the day he went out of packs. So if we look at the 14-day hourly graph, this card was in packs. We rose on Thursday, but as you can see, as we enter Wednesday, he was 81,000 coins. He dropped to 74K during the time on Wednesday, right? It might not look like a big drop, but that's 7,000 coins on Wednesday. He's out of packs during that time, right? He went out of packs a few hours before that. So that's his low point, and then we see a rise on Thursday. So that's what we should do for our Team of the Weeks and pretty much any investments that we have that we aren't holding until those Friday or Thursday morning rewards. So that's the plan for the market, guys. Drop a like if you made it to the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I actually have a new video coming out on my main channel, Nitro Football, about Paul Pogba today. So check that out. The link is down in the description to my main channel, Nitro Football. I'll see you guys over there. Peace out.